Audio and sound effects in this video were created using audio.com. Use the link in the description to get 10% off.
Hello everybody, welcome to Filmmaking today. Bojan Dulabic here. So are you a film shooter and it's getting a little too expensive and you're looking for ways to cut down in cost? Stay tuned.
This is the Yashica Samurai X3.0. Released in 1987, this is a fully automatic point-and-shoot half-frame camera, which means it takes up only half the amount of space on a regular roll of 35mm film, which allows you to get 72 images on a 36 roll of film. Now let's take a look at the hardware.
Alright, so this is the Samurai X3. This is what the front looks like. It's a very simple design. You've got the on-off button here. You just slide it up or down if you want to turn it on or off. You've got a reset button right in here. Below here, you've got this little thing if you want to open up the latch to insert the film, so you just slide it up. We've got various buttons here. I'll get to that in just a second. You've got the battery compartment here. And then you've got the shutter button and the zoom in, zoom out buttons. And then here you've got the obviously the lens, the flash, and mine also came with this this plate. I assume it's to attach more add-ons to the top, because there were things sold separately that you could attach to the top. It would, I guess, depend on the model. This is where the strap would go. And then also typically here you would have some sort of a strap that you can put your hand inside to hold it. Mine didn't come with it. It just depends on the condition that yours is in, but normally that will be there. And this, oh, there's also this guy for the strap. So that's basically it. Now let's take a look at the menu here. So we've got various things here. Let me adjust this so we can see it properly. There you go. So let's start with the simple one, the modes. So you've got the auto mode, pretty self-explanatory. The flash will go on if it feels like it should go on. This is the counter for the images. And then if we go to the next one, you've got scene mode, night scene mode. And then you've got that with auto flash as well. So that's basically it for the modes. And then here, the drive button, you could choose between continuous mode, so you can just keep taking images continuously. And you can do a self-timer. I think it's 10 seconds. So that's that, or you can do both, or you can turn all that off. You've got also date mode. So if you want to stamp the date in your images, so you can choose between the different formats, or this means you don't have it at all. Now the problem with this one is, with most of these cameras, this only goes up to 2019, 2018, 2017, somewhere around there, because they didn't anticipate that we would still be using these cameras in 2023 and beyond. So these date stamps are really useless in most cases. And this one also, in order for it to remember what date it is, so you don't have to set it every time, it does require a battery which goes in here. So you have to open this up and put the battery in. I don't have mine in there because it's pointless. So usually I just leave this off. There you go. So just leave it off, because yeah, there's no point. And plus I don't like the date stamp anyway. That's a little too cheesy for me. So that's what that looks like. And then if you want to open up this here, this is what the inside looks like, and the film goes down here and it goes up here, and then you close the latch and it loads the film, and that's it.
Now let's take a look at some images taken with this camera.
Alright guys, so as you can see, this little guy here is a pretty nifty little, little camera. The design is pretty funky. I mean, this definitely looks like a 90s camcorder. There's no doubt about that. It might attract attention depending on where you go. I mean, I shot at the mall, I shot outside, nobody really cared. But it might, right? Not the loudest, not the quietest thing. It can definitely get loud when you focus, so something to keep in mind. Also, the focus is not the fastest one. It can take 1 or 2 seconds sometimes to get, things in focus. Having that said, generally speaking, I didn't really have focusing issues. There was maybe 1 or 2 images, but again, out of 72 images, 1 or 2, that's not bad. And that's really the main thing here. You can double the amount of images. And any film shooter in 2023, you know that film cost is getting ridiculously expensive, and this is definitely a way to cut down in cost. I have a feeling that half-frame cameras, if the cost of film keeps going up, are going to become more and more popular, which is exactly how they started in the first place. In the 50s, I believe, in Japan, film was getting really expensive, and so companies came up with half-frame cameras. And there's tons of these, different manufacturers. There's Olympus, there is Canon, obviously these guys. There's tons of different ones, Konica, you name it. And all in all, for what it is, this is a point and shoot. Okay, point and shoot, obviously. So for what it is, I think it's great. You saw the images. I think the quality is pretty cool. And with the quality, keep in mind, it all depends on how you scan it. I use my digital camera to scan it as a 40 megapixel image, right? So even though this is going to get cut in half, that's still plenty of resolution to make nice prints. So it all depends on how it gets scanned. If you get it scanned in the lab and you're only getting a 12, 14 megapixel image, whatever the case might be, well, that's your problem. It needs to be higher resolution scanner. There's a lot more to it, and maybe I'll make more videos on this in the future in terms of scanning and all that stuff. But just keep that in mind. When somebody says, ooh, half frame, that's low resolution, it depends. It depends how it was scanned. So that's that, guys. Like I said, all in all, it's a pretty cool camera. Gets you pretty cool images. Form factor is, well, I personally love it, but it all depends how you approach these things, how you view cameras and all that stuff. So that's it, guys. Stay tuned for more. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, tell your friends, and all that good stuff. Thanks.